Well, we hope that the 2024 sim is working somewhat for you. If it's not, there is a small glimpse of improvement before the holiday break. We've got you covered with the latest Flight Sim 2024 sim updates, as well as all of this week's 2024 add-on compatibility release news. So let's jump into this pre-Christmas edition of our Flight Sim news. Just a quick disclaimer before we get into the nuts and bolts of the video. If you're here for the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sim update news, just scroll to the last third of the video. You'll find all the information there, but feel free to stick around as we have a lot of information about third-party compatibility this week. And while you're here, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you know when our next video goes live, and you can stay up to date with all the 2024 and 2020 Flight Sim news. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, and also compatibility to the 2024 sim. This week, the team over at i9 Builds have announced they have decided to shift when it comes to the release of the Airbus A350. The Airbus A350 will now release with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and the originally exclusive 2024 sim. This was announced on their Discord this week before a larger announcement due, which is expected to be this weekend, which may include a release date. i9 Builds mentioned that they don't want people stressing. This Saturday, we have a lot of information about the upcoming project release, but i9 Builds have re-evaluated its decision and will be releasing the i9 Builds A350 airliner for Microsoft Flight Simulator on 2020 and 2024 in one purchase. The team will invest in 2 development cycles, given that people want more choices, and note the current issues with the 2024 sim. This announcement is a bit of a reversal from their original intentions to make the A350 exclusive for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That being said, it makes a good business sense for a developer to release a new product for both sims due to 2024 having so many issues and the large number of simmers still using 2020 as their main flight simulator. Saturday's morning announcement will provide more detail about the project, including the assumed release date announcement. Just Flight has ended the year with some big announcement updates and a roadmap for 2025. The team updated their development projects in 5 parts over on their website this week. Starting with the Arrow 3, the Turbo Arrow, and the Warrior, Just Flight recently updated these a little while ago and now gathered some feedback from the community and will include these in a larger update for the entire Piper fleet, along with 2024 compatibility at no charge. No confirmation of when we'll see this update happen, but sometime in 2025. The Hawk at T1 will release a version 2 update in 2025, along with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 compatibility. Again, there is no release date on this announcement, but sometime in 2025. The 146 Professional will receive a large update in 2025 and bring some of the tech that was used over with the RJ Professional release. Yes, again, at no cost, there will be an update to the 2024 sim as a compatible aircraft. At the same time, again, no ETA for the date. When it comes to the Fokker F28, the team was planning to have an update before the end of the year is out. However, they have pushed this back to early 2025 for a 2024 compatibility release version at the same time. From the sounds of it, this may be the first update we will receive from the team in early 2025. When it comes to the Vulcan, it will share a similar update path for 2025, and update for 2024 compatibility will be released sometime in the new year. And due to the recent changes when it comes to the in-sim marketplace, there will be an update to the Vulcan that will now be able to display weapons in a payload update. Again, there is no ETA for this one. The Tomahawk will receive an update for 2024, and it was planned to be their first GA aircraft to receive the pre-flight walk-around mode, but still the team has now re-evaluated that, and it may add this later on down the track and just do a Tomahawk compatibility with 2024 straight away, and some of these features may come later. Just Flight mentions we will see a 2024 version in the near future. The Just Flight in development tornado also thank you to Simbit World Pilots Life Chapter 2 for sponsoring this video. A Pilot's Life Chapter 2 simulates the career of a commercial airline pilot by generating your schedules, tracking your scores for your flights, and rewarding weekly according to your contract type, and much more. Pilot's Life provides a reason to fly in the sim from A to B while improving your skills as an airliner pilot, and depending on how good your scores are, you can progress throughout your airliner career to higher tier airliners and purchase more aircraft license. With over 575 airliners and over 280,000 real up-to-date routes, each flight and contract will have you experience the virtual airliner career globally, living a pilot's life. A pilot's life will work across all types of flight sim platforms, including a Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, P3D, and even FSX. Links in the description where you can pick up your copy of Pilot's Life, and we thank them for sponsoring this video. Received an update announcement. The team has completed external and internal 3D modeling and textures, and the team will have a full-time coder on the project in the new year to speed up the Tornado's development. There is obviously no detail because it's midway through its development of when we'll see it, but hopefully towards the later part of 2025. The next aircraft on the Just Flight list was the Fokker F70 and 100. The Fokker will enter its internal beta testing in a few weeks, but for the moment the core development will be on the 2020 sim. However, the Fokker from Just Flight plans to be supported on both simulators. The Fokker will be the next airliner that Just Flight plans to release. The Airbus A300 B4 has been getting many updates in their development notes on their website of late. The A300 will be their next airliner after the team has released the Fokker, and this week they showcased some screenshots of the full cockpit all lit up. The last announcement from the Just Flight team will make many simmers very happy, as the team have announced they are in development with a Learjet 45 Professional. Many simmers might remember that this was available as a default aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator 98 through to FSX, and now Just Flight will rebuild the L45 from scratch to their professional standards. There has been no other details mentioned, but the Just Flight team did say we will receive a development update about the project in the new year. It is certainly going to be a big year for the Just Flight team in 2025. They do have a lot of projects on the go, and also now they have a lot of projects that they need to reinvest time in to bring them up to 2024 spec, and also in addition bring them up to 2024 feature spec. So hopefully they can fit all of this in. If you like us and enjoy staying up to date with all the latest flight sim info from all over the globe, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We are super close for hitting 100,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone for all your support for 2024 and the ongoing past 9 years. We can't wait to bring on a massive 2025 when it comes to the world of flight simulation. Flight Sim Studios are preparing for a compatible version of its Boeing 727 freighter for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Existing customers will be able to update to this version free of charge. The team plans to bring an updated version of the 727 later on that will have a passenger version, and it's slated for Q2 2025. This will be native to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and it sounds like this version will be a paid update in addition to the compatibility update that we'll see earlier. There's no details from the team exactly of when we will see the compatible version of the 2024 727, so we will keep you posted. Airplane Heaven have announced they will be releasing a Sakota MS893 Rally R for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The team is planning on releasing the 893 before Christmas, so expect to see a release any minute. There's no other other information to go off at the time of making this video. However, we would expect the product page and price updating on their website very soon. Taxiing over to this week's release news, SoFly have released another 2024 addition to their lineup of products, and this time the team has released Aircraft Checklist Pro for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This new version of the franchise builds upon the foundation of its predecessor and introduces several new enhancements. Aircraft Checklist Pro features a detailed checklist for over 110 whopping amount of aircraft, covering all the default planes and numerous third-party add-ons. The tool provides step-by-step guidance from a cold dark to a full shutdown, covering small single-engine light aircraft to the Boeing PMDG 737NG and even the 777. Aircraft Checklist Pro seamlessly integrates into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 through its in-sim toolbar. For simmers that prefer to use other devices, SoFly includes a PDF version of all the checklists. Aircraft Checklist Pro is now available to purchase over on the SoFly website or the Contrail store. I'll leave a link in the description below. BravoairSpace unveiled its Boeing 787-900 Dreamliner for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The 900 follows up on their 800 variant that was released earlier this year and combines a selection of features and enhancements. The BravoairSpace basically leverages off the working title group and integrates its avionics into its 787-900. The 900 includes SimBrief support and Navigraph integration and includes charts, electronic flight bag, flight planning management, and ground handling controls. The 787-900 includes both the General Electric and Rolls-Royce engine variants, and the aircraft flight dynamics have also been adjusted to reflect the performance and characteristics of a Boeing 787-900 Dreamliner. The BravoairSpace Boeing 787 requires you to have the Premium Deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator to leverage the default 787-10 cockpit and systems that the working title team have enhanced on behalf of the Sobo team. You can pick up your copy of the BravoairSpace Boeing 787-900 from the InSim Marketplace store for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Taxiing over to this week's sim update news, we did mention in last week's video that we most likely received the last update for the year, but earlier this week we received some information from a viewer who posted some bugs in relation to stutters and FPS hits since patch 3 to the Microsoft team, and the Microsoft team mentioned they had an unannounced patch that was on its way which should address FPS loss and stutters for simmers that have had issues since patch number 3. And in fact, the Microsoft team released an update to the 2024 sim, and it's now at version 1.2.8.0. There's no real detail about the patch from the Microsoft side of things other than an update that addresses stability and performance by fixing various fixes from crashes across the title, fixing performance issues at various airports, and fixing animations and lights on various aircraft. Other additions to the patch doesn't really address the day-to-day playing for simmers. It really updates the dev mode and also the SDK. The Microsoft team did mention this will be the last update from the team in 2024, and if your simulator's performance is just a general buggy mess, we won't see any more further updates from the team till next year. Knowing how busy the sim is at the moment, I don't think we'll have to wait too long in January before we receive an additional update, but to provide you a bit of an idea of what we received when it came to the 2020 after its release, we received Sim Update 2 on the 22nd of December of 2020, and then there was no core sim updates until March 2021. That being said, 2020 was launched in September of 2020, and before Sim Update 2 we received 6 updates from Microsoft. So I'm assuming we'll see a few minor patches in early January 2025 before we receive the first full sim update for the 2024 sim. Moving on, when it comes to the marketplace releases, there is none coming over the holiday season, but it will resume back on December the 30th, and also we may see the first blog update during the first week of January, which is merely speculation to my point, but I figured they would probably want to communicate some more updates when it comes to the new sim. That being said, I wish you all the good luck with the latest patch, and I hope it brings you somewhat of a working sim for the holiday period. And of course, we will be around in 2025 to bring you all the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 sim update news. We are super close for hitting 100,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your support, and by hitting the subscribe button, you will be able to stay up to date with all the latest flight sim news. And we also have a bunch of videos coming out over the holiday period, so we will see you on another flight sim video real soon.